management. Sorry. So as I was saying, the first item is the BAM work plan for 2024. Just want to note for the record, there's really no materials in the packet. I just wanted to talk through this and just let people know that we had a very good dialogue between the Bureau of Asset Management and the trustees to determine a best path forward for the Bureau of Asset Management. We've already talked at this board about certain components of that, meaning headcount and staffing and compensation. There is another component to that, which is what was referred to in the past as the compact. And we're looking to re-engage with trustees at the beginning of the year on the best path forward to make sure that the work of the Bureau of Asset Management is aligned with the expectations of the five retirement systems. So we'll be coming back to you sometime. What I expect will be in the new year to discuss how best to move forward and how to align the work of the Bureau of Asset Management again with the wishes of the boards of trustees. So that's the only update that I have about the BAM workflow. And if there's no questions on that, I'm happy to make a motion to exit public session and enter into executive session to discuss specific manager issues.
I think that's working. Just curious as to BAM's thoughts in your discussions about how to individualize each one of the funds, and if there's been any talk or updates on how we customize us as opposed to the other four funds.
Yes, so that would be a large part of the workflow and the work plan would be understanding from each of the five systems, fire included, what are the priorities for this fund? What types of investments are the priority for this fund? We all five systems have asset allocations that they've already approved. How to meet those goals and how to meet the expectations that we've come to when we did the asset allocation. That's what we would need to really focus in on at each system. So if it's larger deals with a smaller number of managers or vice versa, each system is going to have to weigh which course they'd like to follow. And I would expect, just because of the sheer size of the systems and the collective buying power, there will be many deals that will collectively be across all five systems because the economics make sense. But I think that if boards indicate that they would like to do specific things differently than other systems, that work plan would be the best way to kind of chart the course for how BAM would go about fulfilling those needs that each system has. I just want to remind everybody, because we are in public session, each system has their own liabilities. Each system has their own asset allocation. They are five unique plans. There may be some overlap for economic reasons, but we have always treated each system as its own entity, and this should not take away from that. And I'll let Steve chime in if he'd like.
Yeah, John, nothing really of substance to add other than to reiterate the fact that we are looking to do much more customization. We're very receptive to that. We haven't necessarily gotten the level of resources we'd hope to get, although fire was very supportive. We appreciate that. We still want to be able to move forward with fire. So if there's specific things that you have prioritized for your plan, very receptive to those. We should sit down and go through those. We actually provided a list of things and initiatives that are ongoing at the Bureau of Asset Management and convene. I think, is that right, Donald? But anything you want to add to that, change to that, reprioritize, let us know, because we're very receptive.
Good, and obviously we'll go over that with Doug and Scott. I think one of our key questions and concerns was in your looking through our portfolio, did you see that we may be over diversified? And then I know there was also the concern that maybe because we look at things in verticals, we may not see that we have exposure to one particular area in more spots than we may have seen. How's that coming from?
Yeah, absolutely, Liam. Those are fantastic questions. And really to the point of what we're trying to do, we're trying to have more of a first principles approach in terms of facts, what we know, total portfolio, you're absolutely right. We're trying to guard against siloed vertical thinking about public equity versus public fixed income versus private and where the overlaps are. So still a work in process. I think Ed Berman, working with John Merceberg and Robert Fang have done some fantastic work.
Great.
We're hopefully going to be able to provide a lot more transparency, but just as an example, your question around thinking on a non-siloed basis. So for example, in real estate, we've got 14 to 16% in real estate debt, which overlaps with what we do in private credit or off credit debt. So just want to be thoughtful of those. We also want to look at exposures based on sector exposure across the entire portfolio. But that's exactly what we're trying to get to, is more thoughtful process where we really understand the performance drivers. I'd say the other thing, and I would talk about that is still in development in the marketplace, is more of a convergence in terms of the economic and factors that would drive performance in both public and private assets, public equity, public and private assets. I do think you're seeing a lot more overlap. They obviously have unique and differentiated characteristics, but we want to be very thoughtful. So I would look.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
There's other questions. And again, I would make a motion to exit open session.
Second, Liam Guilfoyle.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye. For the record. We are now in executive session.
Woohoo. We need. We just do this?
Yeah, we just.
Yeah. During the executive session, the board discussed various investment matters. Now we need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
No,
Cam, appreciate it. Thank you. Good. Saying things about the deep lab.